your personal goal, your creative project, is actually more superficial to you than you may think. When you stick to that process year after year after year, what matters more, what is going to be more valuable to you, is the person that you're becoming, the internal skills that you're developing, which can never be taken away and which could be applied to any goal or any kind of creative project. It doesn't matter what field you work in, what type of job you do, or what your passion project is, or what your goal is. That is actually superficial. You shouldn't be overly identified with that. The primary thing, the important thing, is that you are a human and you are engaging in the human experience at depth. The human experience at depth is that we are built to strive. We are built to make progress. We are born to engage in a creative process and to share our ideas and the best of what we know and develop with other people. Again, it doesn't really matter what form that takes. The important thing is that you are on that path. That's gonna be what makes you feel more happy and more satisfied. You know, it's a funny thing because the thing that I've chosen to stick with over the past many years, since like 2016, in my free time, is language learning card games like this one. This is my latest language learning card game. It's called Heading into Language Land, and the cards, they're just amazing. I share a lot about this on my channel. But the thing is, you know, I don't really... It was hard in a way to decide to stick with this one thing, because you may think to yourself, wow, is this what my life is going to amount to in the end, in terms of what I leave behind on this earth, in terms of my creative project or my most serious goals? This is it? This is the thing that's going to define me? It's a strange feeling, isn't it? We do get defined by our best work that we've ever put out or ever shown. That is what defines us. So to some extent, it's important to think about what that one thing is going to be, because it is going to define you in a sense. But on the other hand, it doesn't really define you at all, because you are a human, first of all, and all humans have to pick something to work on. It could be anything. The bigger problem is when people don't choose anything. They'll say things like, well, I have so many interests, I can't really pick one. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to decide. You better pick one. It doesn't matter which one. Pick one. Because if you don't pick something and start focusing on it and dialing it in for years, you're not going to be developing your internal self. That's the more important thing. That's what I'm realizing is the most valuable thing to me throughout all this process that you've seen. You've seen my website, my YouTube channel, my card games, and other stuff. Through it all, the most important thing to me has been the skills that I've developed, the person that I've become. I realize that no matter what all this looks like on the surface, no matter what it all looks like to you guys, I know what it means to me internally. The internal skills that I've developed, I can apply to any life situation, to any problem that comes up, to any personal goal, to any creative pursuit. So I want to ask you today, what is that one thing for you? And what skills is it going to develop in you? What price will you pay if you don't stick with that one thing time and time and time again? When you stumble, do you get back up? Do you develop grit? Do you develop determination? What I've realized over years of working on these language card games is I've been able to more and more turn a deaf ear to naysayers. That's very important. I've learned to become okay with the more boring aspects of being an entrepreneur or a vlogger or a blogger or a website designer. When you engage in these types of processes, there are boring aspects to it. And to some extent, you got to become okay with boring work to become successful, because some things are going to become routinized and just have to be done again and again and again. So boredom is actually an aspect of being successful. You're going to have to be much better at time management and scheduling and organization, because you're obviously going to have many responsibilities in your life, more and more as you get older. You're not going to be able to only do that one thing, probably. I mean, even the best of the best in many fields, they still have a family, for example. So you're going to have to get better at organizing your time. In my case, specific to the games, I got better at game design. I got better at communicating with artists. I got better at explaining to people the reasons behind the games that I make. So I got better at, for example, advertising, marketing, branding, web design. Okay? What skills are you going to develop through that passion project of yours? Can you afford to miss out on those things? Or are you just saying to yourself, I don't get a lot of likes on my videos. I don't get a lot of subscribers on my videos. I don't get a lot of money from what I do, so it must not be worth it. I'm going to give up. I'm going to go watch more of my favorite TV shows. Or I'm just going to go play more video games or whatever. I mean, how sad is that? I think this is a real serious downside of social media these days. People are giving up on the pursuits that would make them better individuals because they're not getting popular. Wow, what a horrible thing that is. You would throw away developing your internal self, your internal character, for popularity because you're not winning in some kind of a popularity contest. That's ridiculous. You got to realize you have a tremendous opportunity here. Pick one thing, pick anything, get working on it, stick to it, never turn back. Years later, I want you to come back and say to me that you remember this video and you're thankful for the level up that you got today. Wishing you all the best. See you later.